Hello everyone, welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I'm Rashita Sahni, and today joining me for a super interesting conversation is the real winner of Bigg Boss 15. I have to
Oh,
say
how
that
sweet.
you won't believe, I was so shocked when I came to know that you when I watched and you were out and you were not in the top three. I was like, what just happened? I really thought for 10 minutes that Salman is kidding, and this is some big हर बार वो कैसे 1 minute के लिए करते हैं, and this time he has done it for like 15 long minutes and he'll be like, Shamita, come back. But anyway, keeping that aside, I think what matters the most is, I'm sure you have come out and you've seen the amount of love people are pouring on you.
Yes,
They're
yes,
actually calling
yes.
you. There are
For me,
trends
that's
like,
my victory.
exactly, Shamita, the real winner. How is all that making you feel right now?
It was a very surreal moment for me when I came out and the press was screaming "real winner, real winner." Uh, it's beautiful. It's the love, the positive energies, respect, all of that that's coming my way. It's just so overwhelming, and I'm so grateful. It's a beautiful feeling.
Okay. And also, of course, a certain section on the internet is not very happy with Tejasswi winning. And, some people said Pratik should have won because he was in the top two.
I
A lot of
believe that
things are,
too.
yeah.
I believe that too. Yes.
So, what do you feel about the entire scenario?
I definitely feel Pratik should have won. I mean, every time Pratik's hand, went up,
Yeah,
everyone in the studio was screaming,
I
cheering for
know.
him. Um, and there was silence, when Tejasvi's hand went up. I personally think Pratik did a lot more in the show. Um,
Definitely.
but I mean, I don't know what happened. Maybe she got more votes, or obviously she did. So I don't want to take away from her victory, you know what I mean? But I am
Yeah,
entitled to my opinion. And
of course.
personally, I do think that Pratik should have won.
I'm sure I feel the same way. But having said that, of course, we saw a very beautiful love story that did not look forceful at all. Let me put it out there. In BB OTT, we saw, Rakesh and you get close. And then in BB 15, we saw both of you confessing love for each other. Now, I also heard you saying in a conversation with Nishan that मैं तो इस साल शादी कर रही हूँ, लड़का कौन है मुझे नहीं पता. So is that लड़का Rakesh?
See, to be very honest, yes, I eventually would like to get married. I'm not saying Rakesh,
Huh,
because it at the end of the day, Rakesh and I got to know each other on an OTT platform, and
correct.
that's a very different world. We have to get to know each other in the real world,
Yeah,
and we just about started, getting to know each other.
correct.
For me, I would like to get married. I would like to have my babies. I want to do a lot more work. So yeah, that's my plan for me. But now, how Rakesh fits in, if he's going to fit in, is something one has to see in the future. You know,
Correct.
right now we have a long way to go. We need to get to know each other. Uh,
Definitely.
and I have been in the Bigg Boss house for 6 months, and right now I also want to focus on my work because in all honesty, I've worked towards this.
Yeah.
So I put in a lot of hard work. So this is also my focus.
Okay, fantastic. And Shamita, what made a lot of people very angry? I don't know about others, but I was so angry at that one episode where Tejasvi called you auntie, pulled you down, derogatory terms like chad gayi and all of that. I literally felt like I want to speak to Tejasvi right now and tell her that what are you doing? All of those thoughts came into my mind. I'm yet to interview her, and when I do, I'm so sure I'm going to bring this topic up. But when that happened, I think a lot of people felt very angry, including a lot of ex Big Boss winners, Gohar Khan, a lot of people. Why, firstly, hats off to you for maintaining dignity even then. I don't know if someone else would have been there. Wo matlab, I don't know wo kya karta, but you still, you got angry, you got extremely angry, and that's fine. But you still maintained your dignity. How did you manage to do that and not lose your temper ekdam se?
See, for me, personally, every task in that house, I've given my all.
Yeah.
And I knew there was an audience that came in. I didn't want to disappoint them. They also came in to watch us. And it was a task that I was doing at the end of the day. Funny thing is, I didn't want to give Karan a massage. He asked me for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if I'm playing the role of a masseuse, I was doing exactly what a masseuse does. And the sad thing is, she said that to me, whatever her intent, she said that to me when I was on another man.
Yeah.
कि, auntie वापस चढ़ गई, किसी के ऊपर. I don't know exactly what she said.
That's what she
ना
said.
फिर
Yeah.
से चढ़ गई.
फिर से चढ़ गई, yeah.
So her insecurities came out always in a task.
Correct.
And I always maintained that. Her insecurities always came out in a task, and also true colors came out in a task. Because when we are pushed into an adverse situation, a difficult situation, that is when we really discover our true strengths, and how we act, how what we say, what we do at that time defines our character. In an easy situation, it is very easy to be all nice, but when we are pushed to the limit, that is our true test. And it so easily came out from her mouth. A woman who stands for women empowerment and all of that. It's all great to talk about all those things, but what do you do to another woman? What you say to another woman, for no fault of hers, is what is the message you are sending out to people out there on a platform like this? You have to be very careful with the things that you do, because you can influence people out there. Definitely. And unfortunately, and I'm watching this on the internet. I'm seeing this auntie word being used very, very easily now. If people think it's a joke. I am my nephew's aunt, my niece's aunt. But in what I have no issue being an aunt. I have no issue being called auntie. But in what context are you calling me auntie?
Exactly.
When I'm sitting on another man. So I had an issue with that. And the very fact that Karan was condoning it shocked me even more, because I expected a little more maturity in handling the situation from Karan, considering he's older.
Yeah.
So in that Karan also disappointed me. But I mean, that is her upbringing, that is her mindset. I am not made like that. I can only say and do what I need to for myself. But yes, and when my mother's VT played and she said that, that brought her to tears, that is when I lost it. And after apologizing to me on the finale, she kept trying to justify it.
Correct.
Which made it even worse for me. She kept saying it was a phrase. I meant it differently. Agar aap ek apology dete ho, justification ends.
Exactly.
You're not meant to justify.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point of an apology.
Definitely. I also saw Shilpa's reaction to this comment. There was a paparazzi video, and she felt the same way about it. But thoroughly, we saw her cheering for her sister on Twitter, on every social media platform, in every interview. It was really heartwarming to see that she followed you and followed the entire journey of yours. When you came out, what was her first reaction to your game?
Oh my God! When I saw her for the first time, she actually came on set. And I met her backstage. It was such a surreal moment for me. It actually took me time to absorb, just seeing these faces around me. Anyone, because we are in confinement for such a long time.
Correct.
But just her hug. It was, oh God, it was such a beautiful moment. And she said, I'm so proud of you. And I mean, what else do you want to hear from family? I know.
I know that's the smallest and the biggest thing at the same time.
Absolutely. So I would
Okay.
never want to do anything or say anything that lets my family down, you know.
Of course. Having said that, Shamita, you also carried this family name, she's a Shetty, and there were initially when you entered Big Boss, ki, "Arey, ye classy hai," you were almost trolled for being classy or for being good or for being a certain way, which really surprised me. I was like, what are they even doing? We should anyway. Yeah. So, um, do you think that burden of being, a Shetty sister or carrying that surname sometimes gets onto you also in a negative manner?
My surname is my pride.
Of course.
And unfortunately, yes, it is very easy. I think for most actors, a lot of people out there have these preconceived notions that they come with. Uh, and they perceived me to be this person. But when some of these people who actually entered the house with these preconceived notions changed their opinion about me
Yeah.
after they interacted with me, that just goes to show, stop judging a book by its cover.
Correct.
Everyone has their story. Everyone is the way they are because of where they come from, what they've been through in their life. Understand that sometimes what you see is not the truth. So just because I dress up a certain way, just because I have my own ways of putting my point across, or my own ways of being, doesn't mean I'm only that. There's something more. There's something more. So we live in a judgmental society, unfortunately.
Definitely.
And it is sad. But that's
Very
just the way it is.
Definitely, it is. Also, now talking about Big Boss, it's over. I think you have reinvented yourself beautifully. I think there are so many people out there now waiting to see your projects, waiting you work, and people have already started asking, ki, ab, what next? So my question is not going to be any different. I just want to ask, what is your plan? Because your fans out there are really wanting to see more of you now.
See, I've put in a lot of hard work for 6 months. And I definitely, yes, there's a lot happening work-wise. I definitely want to do a lot more work, in web series, on screen.
Yeah.
There's so much work happening there.
Definitely.
So I'm hoping that something good comes to me, and I get this chance to, work more, because acting is my first love. And yes, I went on this platform because I wanted people to get to know me as a person, and I managed that. But acting is my first love. I definitely want to do a lot of work. So let's see what the future has in store.
I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of you, and we'll enjoy watching you on screen again.
Thank you.
Yeah, but lastly, I have this quick rapid fire. So I have a few adjectives. You have to name a person you think that suits the best. So who was the player in Big Boss 15?
Nishan.
Okay. The meaty Trudy.
Tejasswi.
Okay. The gossip king or queen?
Gossip king. Rakhi?
Oh, yeah. She definitely was. Okay. And we really liked it when you two got along. Of course, there was this mini episode where she, the injury part, but yeah, I'm glad you just let go of it. And yeah.
I'm glad too.
Okay. Who was the most clever one?
Nishan.
Okay. The most dedicated one?
Pratik.
Yeah, definitely. And the most fake one?
Tejasswi.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Shamita, for joining in. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
It was lovely chatting with you. Take care.
Likewise. Bye. Take care. Bye.